jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Is it any way we can confirm? Have those truckload of Huggies diapers been delivered yet? With the fresh baby bottles with the adult nipples? We got that taken care of. So the ETA will be today at 1400 West Coast time. Outstanding. Thank you. And please, make sure you get a signature on that delivery too. Thank you. For those of you that's in the building, appreciate you pulling up. Support to the supporters. Support to the supporters, man. I recognize, I appreciate you. Much appreciate it, man. Tuning in every time I go live. Big Blunts and Boxing is the first in the building. OGWCS, Hot Grease, what's good? What's good with it there, Blunts? Salute to you, GOAT. How you feeling? I understand Ryan was only joking, but he got to understand that the casuals think he's serious. I think he wants people to stay on Tank's neck about the stipulations. My only fear is that Ryan continues to piss Tank off, and that makes Tank go even harder when they fight. Both fighters showed that they are over 146 pounds at the moment, so it's a fair fight in my opinion. Smash the like button before you touch the doorbell. What's good, everyone? Good morning, man. You already know where I'm going with this right here. The one and only Ryan Garcia has been making rounds. Made a square off in a 22nd. I'm gonna tell you this pretty good, temperature behind it. It's looking like it's gonna do something amazing. I don't know what that something is. It seems like it's gonna do something amazing. I can tell you it's gonna be the numbers, the pay-per-view numbers, the gate. The gate, to me, is where it's at already. It's already shown that people are interested in this fight. The other part is when it comes to amazing, I wonder, can it infiltrate the pay-per-view piracy and still do pretty decent numbers, in the 500K range, especially with Ryan Garcia out here seemingly like he's trying to sabotage the fight. I don't know why some people get away and they're considered to be joking. Like some of the things I say on here, people literally take it serious as if, I'm speaking directly to them. Like I'm incapable of games. But Ryan Garcia, he can speak and make up shit, and people don't take his goofy ass serious. They don't take him serious, bro. But what he's doing is he's called away. He is causing, some unneeded attention to come Tank's way. And like Blunt said, is it going to come to a point where once the fight gets and these two split the ropes to contend against one another? Is Tank gonna go in there with a bit more elevated vengeance to destroy this dude? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think Tank's been on a high level. He's been there, done that already. He's competed in fights where people didn't think he'd win. He's been in there with bigger guys. I mean, it's a huge gap when it comes to ring IQ. There's a huge gap between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. A huge gap. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to be closed just because of the experience on one night. I don't think one night can close the gap on ring IQ and what Ryan Garcia is going to experience. At this point right here, as you're looking at the thumbnail, I just thought it would be fitting for this message. Because if by chance Ryan Garcia is saying that he is joking about this, well, matter of fact, let me allow you to listen for yourself and you all be the judge of what this guy's talking about, okay?
Face.
Yeah.
Like, you've been taking it serious as
Yeah. I'm not
like your
playing
lips a
around.
little even bloody.
I'm not playing around. I'm giving everything in this fight. I'm sacrificing everything.
And you said you can't drink any water, you can't eat any food.
Yeah, I mean, it's in my contract that they don't let me drink water for 3 days or eat for 3 days out of the week, just so I could be on schedule to make weight.
To make weight.
Yeah, they're
For
putting in crazy
Gervonta's,
things. Yeah, for his comfortability and
Yeah.
if taking the match. If I didn't agree to these conditions, it obviously wouldn't happen.
Yeah, so I'm curious about that. How does that kind of stuff go? Like when you guys are deciding, obviously, how it's going to be. Obviously, it's a fight. We know, who gets to decide who gets what sort of, I don't want to say handicaps, but like niceties like
Right.
that.
I mean, in this situation, I could have fought for obviously more things going towards my way. Regarding the weight and other things, or I could have been a little bit more, pushbacky. But I knew that their positioning was, if this is not what you're going to agree to, the fight's not going to happen.
So big shout out to LAB, Lost Art of Boxing, Q, dropping that to me yesterday when I happened to go over to his live. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that his Wednesday morning, hump day, is full of bright positivity, that I cited you on dropping me this link. I appreciate it, brother. So with that being the way it is, right, you heard what Ryan Garcia was talking about. And, he was pretty much speaking without any type of indication to the viewer audience that he was joking. He was just lightheartedly going to a dialogue. I do give him a sort of reprieve because I do the same shit. I've been that way my whole life. I can say shit without a smile, and really, people don't know if you're joking or not. You just say certain things when they actually, right there on site. And if you're not smiling this day and time, people will literally take that shit personal, and you're just generalizing something. You just making an open-ended statement, and it's not even about, giving them any vibe, just any snippet that you're joking around. And but for Ryan Garcia, y'all, this is what I look at with him. He was joking at the conference. He was absolutely serious about the press conference. He about hydration clause that I don't think that's sitting right with him, period. I do feel that his silk spoon follows him everywhere. At this point in time, this is the biggest fight of his career because he's racing with Davis. Yet he wanted to be, he is majority stockholder in making this fight happen. That he believes he is the majority stockholder in a different way. He's bringing the consumers because he has more social media following than Gervonta Davis. I truly believe his ego He's towing that and that's what he leaves. So when he had the opportunity to be on the big stage like this with the presser, he let him know that he's a bit agitated that he wasn't able to, he wanted to come in there and say, look, 140. So this dude has the biggest fight of his career. He want to dictate the terms when he's not the A side. I got it. I got it. The struggle is real for Ryan Garcia. The struggle is real. The struggle has always been real for Ryan Garcia if he doesn't get what he wants. And the way, if this is the biggest fight, promotion, equally, you're supposed to share the responsibility to hype this fight up as big as possible. Not just the fact if y'all sold out. I'm speaking about consumers that may potentially buy this fight paper. But you know how that goes, man. It goes with somebody like Ryan. He's not experienced enough in these positions. You know what I'm saying? He's probably saying, I've been on the commercial, you haven't. I've been on the commercial, you haven't. I've been on the commercial, you haven't. I believe Ryan Garcia's mentality is he's done more in life. He's made better choices than Tank in life. He just seems so entitled. And I don't care if he's entitled, though. I don't care if he feels that he's entitled. But when it comes to making this fight, being that we're starving right now for, a big that a lot of us appreciate, this is one of them. This is one of them. But for him to get on a show and talk about he can't drink 3 cups of water, I'll agree with Blunts on that you have casual listeners. You have casual listeners, casual boxing fans that would sit up here and listen to Ryan Garcia's every word and take it like a dart to the heart. I'm serious. They will leak with emotions, and they will feel like Gervonta Davis is doing Ryan Garcia a disservice, y'all. I'm not over-exaggerating this at all. He caters to the younger crowd. People joke around all the time on how Ryan Garcia's fan base is little children, young adults. Those young adults, early 20s, late teens. They joke about that all the time. But that kind of filters into the casual fan base that we talk about all the time. And it would have been great for him just to say, well, to be honest with you, I'm joking around. I'm just trying to, I'm cutting weight right now. I don't want to fizzle the interest from the fight fans coming on another interview and complaining about the weight stipulations. But this time I'm going to talk about something else they have in the contract, that I can't drink water except 3 times out of the week to make sure you make weight. Now, you giving people the impression that Ryan Garcia, that you want them to believe that you wasn't able to attend fight camp in a healthy status, which pretty much hindered you maximizing your training effort. I understand it. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to put it out there like, just because you didn't get your way, they gave you 10 pounds over, they gave you 136, but that's not enough. You're not healthy enough. You wanted to eat a couple of steaks in between camp to get down. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to do things your way. You want to be feeling just like you was in between fight camps. You want to feel happy, go lucky, cheerful, because you don't really have to challenge yourself. But like everybody in your position there, Ryan Garcia, when you're not the A side, when you haven't earned the accolades, when your credentials and your chest plate is shallow or lack some of the achievements as the A side, Gervonta Davis, you have to understand there are sacrifices to be made, homie. There are sacrifices to be made. So if you know, just like your promoter, Oscar, who at one point in time in his career had to make a sacrifice. I'm kind of getting the impression that you don't listen to the legends, bro. I'm getting the impression that you really not soaking up the knowledge and listening to the legends, because they should have told you, hey, little youngin, yes, there are going to be sacrifices, and those sacrifices not to benefit you. That's why they call sacrifices, bro. Samad Warren, what's good? On deck this morning. Peace and blessings, beloved. Salute WCS. I smashed the like button before I stepped in the room, ready to listen and learn. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Samad in the building. In my opinion, he's laying down a concrete slab, aka excuses for when he takes the big L. He signed the contract, so he already knew what was in it. And if he wasn't comfortable, then don't sign it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also what Blunt said, he said on the back end, I didn't catch the sarcasm, nor do I think the majority of the casuals caught it either. Both of y'all made some good points. Very good points. Because if you felt like the stipulations was a little bit more severe than you would like, right? You should have turned and spoke with anybody that's close to your circle, that's on your team, that's supposed to be a part of your support system. You're moving forward to sign a contractual agreement for the biggest fight of your life. This is not play, homie. This is not making a video, blinking your eyes 100 times in between combos and shit. This is not making a flash video. This is not a body challenge. This is paperwork. This is administrative duties. This is logistics. This is paperwork that will affect you as a fighter, son. You trying to tell me no one there could help you review this so you can be competent? So you can read line for line with competence? Nobody wasn't there? Not so much to the point. Look, let's just say they read the contract. They read it down 3-4 times. Line for line. They scrubbed it. You trying to tell me it was no one close to you that can provide you with the levels of concern that, okay, this portion right here, you should be concerned about. This right here, not so much. This right here, you pretty much been boxing long enough to know what that is. But that right there, this is going to be most important, all right? This stipulation right here, this rehydration clause. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. From what I see now, what's your weight? Your weight like 170? So what they're saying is you're going to have to, they're not going to give you the weight you originally wanted, 140. You're going to have to come down here and weigh in no higher than 136. And then you can only rehydrate up. Now, I don't know how detrimental that is to you, but that right there stands out most to me in this contract. Somebody went over this. They revised this shit for Ryan Garcia, and his ears was receiving the audible. Okay, he received the audible to the play, and he chose to go out there and goddamn fumble that motherfucker. I don't know what to tell you, homie. Because this is not the first contract you've been a part of. You have a trainer that believes in you. Now it's up to you to take that step forward. Give your fans a peace of mind that you deserve to be inside that square with Gervonta Davis. Right now, it just seems like you're doing anything and everything in this moment. Instead of seasoning it, it just seems like you're whining, bro. You're whining, you're bitching, moaning. You just throwing subtle freaking distractors out there, which doesn't build up the fight. You can't be the villain, big homie. I just call you big homie, Ryan. You'll never be my big homie. I'm just trying to goddamn build your confidence up, big homie. Like, that's why I put courage on the spoon. I'm trying to feed you some courage, big homie. That's all I'm trying to do, Ryan. That's all I'm trying to do, bro. Because it just seems like you're not getting it when it comes to this game of boxing. You acting like you're proving my point when you have one hand in boxing and the other hand and the 2 feet over in Hollywood. The way you're handling this big fight, it just seems like you're ready to go to the big stage, but only if you are in control. So let's give a scenario, right? And shout out to everyone in the building. Hit the like button if you're in the house, right? Let's put this out there. What if Ryan Garcia, you was able to get the 140-pound limit? Let's just say you was able to somehow convince Team Davis to give you that 140-pound limit. All right? We're being positive there. Ryan, you know what I'm saying? I'm removing any type of abrasive dialogue right now. Let's say you were able to get the 140-pound limit, all right? And they allowed you to, right, rehydrate up 10 pounds from the 140-pound limit. Okay? 10 pounds. That is from 140 to 150. So you say that you walk around at 140, 150 or something like that, right? Right? So from my understanding, the procedure is that you all have to weigh in on the morning of fight day. The morning of fight day. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up because you brought the attention and awareness to the fight fans while millions was watching, as if you didn't quite understand what the weigh-in procedure was. You just act like somebody told you this information after you signed the contract, and you was like, no, where you see that at? Hold up, man. They didn't tell me these are charges that I was getting before I was booked. What charges I'm getting booked again? I didn't see that in there. I didn't do no murder now. What is that? I didn't do no murder. What they talking about? What are they talking about? What kind of trap is this? I didn't do no murder. I ain't signed no. You signed it, and you got caught. No, hold on. That's the kind of feeling I got with Ryan. Like, bro, did you or anybody around you brief you thoroughly on your contract? And if they did brief you, then why weren't you satisfied once you signed it? So let's just go back to the 45 to 50. You walk around 45 to 50. So if you can hydrate up to 146 pounds, and that's where you got to be on the morning of fight day, I'm assuming. What's the big deal for you even mentioning it in a negative expression? Like you was venting to your audience. It makes no difference. But what if you was to get the, and your hydration was still a dime, right? It put you at 150. Would you be satisfied? Would that give you enough courage? Because the reason why I'm asking you, Ryan Garcia, is because you seen your new BFF, Rolando Romero, who looked like he was damn near a super welterweight in there against Tank, right? You seen your BFF, Rolando Romero, go in there, big as hell. I'm talking about big as hell. Big as hell, dog. And you saw Rolando have his time in the spotlight. You saw him so much that you wanted to make a $20,000 bet on the sideline. I guess that was the jokes and play too, right? I guess you and Errol Spence set that shit up too, huh? I bet y'all was just playing, touch and go. Some freaking tag. On camera. You came in there dressed like you just returned from a bar mitzvah. And you're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to bet on the guy that used to hate my guts. I'm going to go against Gervonta Davis. This is little subtle shit that you're doing to piss a fighter off that you're trying to fight in the future. You're trying to elevate your legacy, but yet you're betting 20 grand against Gervonta when he was in there fighting damn near super welterweight, right? So he gets in there, the bell ring, and the fight goes as it goes. You know what I'm saying? Rolando Romero believed and convinced the people that his lies of knocking Gervonta out in the first round was a little goofy and quirky and jokey. You know what I'm saying? He felt to be jokey at the time. That's not a word, but I'm just saying he seemed to be goofy. Bet your house on it. And then in the 6th round, there was somehow a glitch in the matrix where the power grid had a surge and the lights flickered and they went off. Unfortunately, that power was generated from the left hand of Gervonta Davis. I'm just telling you what I seen. I know Marvel Comics is out there. I understand sci-fi movies, I do. But I saw a little flicker of light from Gervonta's glove when he connected on Rolly, and some shit happened. That disrupted Rolly's whole equilibrium, and somehow, some way, he was dangling from the ropes. You know what I'm saying? It took me back to when I used to watch as a kid, the Barnum and Bailey Circus. It really took me back. I said, damn, this is me as a child all over again. I see Rolly just dangling in those ropes like that, like he's a trapeze artist on his first day. So I watched as he tried to free himself. It was a little National Geographic in there too. Kind of took me into the marine, you know what I'm saying, Blue Planet, when they, see these certain fish in here and they're trapped in the coral. These deadly coral. It seems like all of that was just playing in my imagination. I said, damn, he's in the circus, but yet he was over some water. He didn't quite make it all the way through. He dropped. He's in the water fighting for his life. You know what I'm saying? He has all these deadly fish in there. But he made it up to his feet somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? When he swam to shore. Rolly made it to his fucking feet, only to be accosted by the referee, who all made it back to the shore, who gave him the full count, and he deemed that Rolly Romero wasn't fit for duty moving forward. So at that point in time, the referee provided Rolly with a dishonorable discharge from the fight and said he could no longer provide service in his defense of Gervonta Davis. He could no longer move forward. He wasn't fit for duty, y'all. But along the ringside, that was Ryan Garcia, $20,000 bet. $20,000 bet. So I wanted to ask this question again because I mentioned this on the live before. I say, Ryan Garcia, do you ever have a moment where you believe the little dumb shit you was doing, that Tank was gonna forget about it? Like the way you talk shit about him on the podcast, Mike Tyson's podcast, how you came out of nowhere and betted 20 grand against Gervonta? How you walked up in the club and believed it was going to be copacetic? No, bro, we don't do this where I'm from. Like, where's this dude's mentor? Who was with him that day? He had a guy with him, right? The guy didn't tell you, hey, look, where I'm from, if somebody just give you that little tap on the shoulder and say, hey, nah, boom, we keep it moving in the opposite direction. No, we don't need to stop. Hold up, man. Why are you saying that? No, your guy didn't tap you on the shoulder. Nah, that ain't a good idea, man. Let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving, man. Stop playing. I'm trying to make it out this bitch alive too. Stop playing. No, you don't need to go over there and ask about anything, bro. Let your people handle that shit, Ryan. Nope. Mr. Ricky Schroeder, Mr. Mexican Ricky Schroeder himself, Mr. Silver Spoons himself, he had to go over there and be recognized. He had to walk his ass into Baltimore and be recognized that he was a tourist. Oh, Gervonta, oh shit! I didn't even know you was in here. Man, I just came over here to chop it up a little bit, man. I got my ice on. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's wrong? Why you let go of my throat, man? Let go of my throat, man. Man, what's wrong with you, man? There's no respect. There's no respect. Damn, dude. What's wrong with you? Damn, I just came over to say hello. God damn, you choked me like, dude. Damn, hope you didn't break my chain, man. Damn. You play too much. I ain't motherfucking playing, nigga. So you telling me it's no respect? It's none, nigga. Man, and ain't no respect. None. Where was your boy at? Where was he, Ryan? Because that was another moment where someone wasn't around you that you respect enough to say, hey, check this out. That ain't a good idea. And you say, okay, you're right. Let's go. Where was your people at? That's all I'm saying. Where was your people at? That's all I want to know. Where was your people at? So you doing all this little sneaky shit. You know what I'm saying? Being a little snake, being a crybaby. And then you get to a point of signing a contract in the biggest fight of your life and you're complaining and you're taking jabs still. So if you continue to take jabs, right? Be sure you're able to handle one when it's in priority for you to handle it. When it's absolutely imperative that you handle that jab. And that's a jab that's going to be on the bridge of your motherfucking nose April 22nd. You're going to have to understand that, Ryan Garcia, because somehow, some way, I feel that you just think that every day you wake up, it's a little bit of nursery time for you. You're going to have some nursery time allotted in your schedule where, you know, people go over there and massage your feet, your hands, make sure your hair is done, get the palm leaves, have two ladies, you know, fan you down and all that. I believe you have that time. Get you some nice go. That's what I feel. For real. That's what I feel. Let me get to the chat right quick. He said on Twitter that he was being sarcastic and wasn't serious, but he looked mighty serious. I didn't catch the sarcasm, nor I think the majority of the casuals called it either. Good point, good point. I already read that from Samar. Lost all the boxing on deck. I see you, bro. Salute to you. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more on deck, man. OG, what it do? I can't wait till April. I'm gonna try to pull a Mayweather and rob the bank. Y'all talking about betting? Ryan Garcia better stop effing around. He think he play mind games. The only thing you can do to Tank is make him madder. I know that sounds good, Blunts, but I'm like this with Tank. Tank done been through so much, right? That when someone like that continues to grow, like he's 28 years old, and I'm not comparing. I have family in B-More. Like that's old stomping grounds for B-More when Tank was very young. That's old stomping grounds back in the 90s, back in the early 90s, right? What he's been able to experience in life, whether it was a positive or negative, at this point at 28 years old, it just feels like he's grown enough to the point where someone like Ryan Garcia cannot provoke him, you know, to come out impulsively. You know, I don't know if Ryan Garcia is motivating him to take it to another level, because I don't think his chapter, his challenge, Gervonta Davis' challenge, he don't see that challenge from Ryan Garcia to say, okay, I need to take this dude extra serious. I respect that he's equal to greater talent than me. I don't feel what he's been through his life. I don't think that Ryan Garcia is challenging him like that mentally. I don't believe that Tank Davis is showing some type of fright that Ryan Garcia is going to bring something way different. Any place he's ever been in boxing, I don't think he's waking him up like that. That's the word I wanted to use. I don't think Ryan Garcia is waking Tank up. I think Tank is already woke, in my opinion. He's seen it all before. And like I said, the disparity of ring IQ and everything else, man, Tank is levels above this dude. And we're going to see come April 22nd. Ryan probably just trying to do what he can to sell the fight. I don't know, man. You know, fighters are doing crazy shit this day and time to sell fights the wrong way. Like, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm 5++, but when I was coming up, when fighters wanted to sell the fights, they talked about the fight and the fighter. You know, they talked about things they wanted to do to that particular fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm like, say something like keep it the same the way you've been doing it. Like, if you're gonna fuck with Tank, fuck with Tank. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain about shit though. Don't be bitchy about it. Just you know, sustain your freaking trash talking, your bravado. I don't care about none of that. That's what you're a man. Let your ego lead the way, but keep it consistent. Talk your shit about them. Don't complain about what's in the contract. That's my take. Don't complain about what's in the contract. Don't bitch and complain about it. Like now you feeling entitled again. Shout out to Black and Brown Boxing on deck, man. Good morning, brother. How you feeling? Good to see you. Salute to you. Crying Ryan Garcia, that's the king shit out the window. Hey, man, you already know. I want to see a good fight, bro. But this is not the first time that I have spoken on Ryan Garcia, you know, in a way that it just seems like his chip on his shoulder is like an entitlement. It's a badge he wears because no one has really tested that yet. You know, every fight he's been into, he never really had to play catch up. This fight, with contractual agreement and everything, Ryan has to play catch up. He has to make sure his weight is on par because he's contending at a higher weight class. And, you know, people want to say, well, Emmanuel Tago and Javier Fortuna, they requested the weight limit. I get it, bro. I ain't tripping. But you fought at a higher weight class. And you absolutely made it a point for the fight fans to know that you having problems making 135. So you're moving up to 140. And that's only further confirmed because you came into this negotiation with Tank requesting a weight limit of 140. But to spin this reel from what I was speaking on about Tank Davis getting his 140 with a 10-pound, you know, difference. What if you have everything that you want there, Ryan Garcia? What if you have everything you want? You get the 140 and you get the dime on it. The highest you can come in on fight day is 150. So you weigh in and then you able to eat and everything else. So you come in that motherfucker about 155, whatever you do. And you answer the bell and it don't go your way. Right? Let's just put it down like that. It doesn't go your way there, Ryan Garcia. After everything that you said to kind of build this up, and you want the so-called say that you're joking and you know, you was just talking shit, whatever the case you may be. If you go in there and you take the L via knockout, it's going to take you much more of a delivery to convince the fans that, well, I mean, what's going to be your excuse if you got everything you wanted? So what I'm trying to tell you is it might be better for you just to be a little bit more chill on these stipulations and go in there and fight the best you can possibly fight instead of going in these negotiations saying, well, like, I don't understand how boxing is. I never known any fighter to take a sacrifice or anything like that. I don't know if that even exists in there. I mean, if I did what I did, I'm undefeated. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, I was knocked out. Why do I gotta be, you know, come in as a B side? Any advice? I would say come in with the stipulations that you have now. And if you convinced that you can win the fight, go in there and win the fight that way. Because if by chance you're able to see level of star power in boxing goes through the roof, you would have to hold, in my opinion, easier route than Gervonta, who's already a three-weight champ. You would have taken an easier route to get your shot at him after that, and everybody else shot at him and go. Nobody really tell you shit except what. That's it. But you calling out over and over again, you got to prove it to your fans, and you got to prove it to the boxing community in general, your critics, that you vote for this motherfucking challenge, dog. You got to prove it. You have to prove that you built for this challenge, bro. No more whining. No, show maturity, bro. You know, give them civilized answers. But fight. You did enough that Gervonta remembered the insults. He remembered all that. Just like remember that Ryan Garcia, you will remember him catching you on the chin while you was right there, that close in the pocket. He still was able to catch you on the chin, bro. Now, if you would have slipped that left hook, if you would have slipped that left hook, just slip back a little bit, slip that left hook, somewhat like Canelo did when Caleb Plant threw that left. He got fingertips on him, but Canelo, he slipped most of that. He didn't get the palm. He got the fingertips. And then he returned, pop, hit him with the 1-2. See, if you would have did some shit like that, Ryan, the people out here would be having a different tone when they mention your name, because they'll be playing this clip. Listen, look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here. Look what Ryan did. He showed us he ready, bro. Look at this shit right here. Tank tried to slip a damn left hook on the inside. Ryan just slipped back and then popped him with a 1-2. He's seen the left hook coming. He's seen the left hook coming. You know what I'm saying? They would have been talking different about you, bro. That's all I'm saying. The conversation would have been different. But Tank did a no-look left hook on your ass, and it landed. And bro, you should be concerned. I swear to God, bro, if you come up there with that physical energy there, Ryan, to Tank, bro, and you allow him to touch you on your chin that close, bro, you got other concerns that you need to be worried about, instead of going on interviews and continue to talk about contractual stipulations and all this damn goofy shit you want people to know. That's all I'm saying, bro. The clause is like his only talking point. Yeah, Bunce, you feel me? Like, talk about something to build a fight up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Talk about something. Black and Brown say Ron is putting out built excuses. I didn't want to think that he was putting out. Well, I pretty much understood what he was putting out. But to me, Black and Brown, it's like this dude is whining at the wrong time. Like, you don't talk your talk and you don't let people know, no, I ain't want Devin Haney. I want Gervonta Davis. I want Gervonta Davis. You get on the podcast and say you need to bring a step stool. You know, I'm taller than you. You ugly. I'm pretty. You was saying all that stuff. You had to go through a recovery period from ducking so many fighters and saying you had a fight at a catchweight with Manny Pacquiao, that shit didn't happen. And then to come back with mental health shit, it's been somewhat of a turbulent affair for Ryan Garcia in this case. But now it's done. However the fight got made, if Floyd helped you out with the fight, help y'all out with the fight, so be it. But go into this fight like you're with courage and confidence, bro. Go in there with the mindset that we know it's gonna be a fair fight from the opening bell, and you're not gonna be intimidated by Tank. That's all I'm saying, man. Like I'm going for Tank Davis in this because truly, Ryan Garcia, you haven't proven that you supposed to be on this level yet. Like, of course, it's always the open door policy, which you're taking advantage of right now. The open door policy allowed you to be matched up with Tank. Okay, got it. But if you're reviewing your resume, those names on your register doesn't add up to championship titles. It doesn't add up. We're not talking about that WBC interim title either. We're talking about as far as credentials, when you was at lightweight division, now that you're at 140, it don't add up. So now you have that night to prove to the people that you belong there. Don't go in there and get stopped under 6 rounds there, Ryan Garcia. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you know that little friendly shit that y'all had going on, you and Rolly, I'm telling you, if you go in there and get stopped under 6 and they try to put you in a matchup with Rolly, you know how that's going to look. Now you're going to have to convince the people that Rolly wasn't right when he was chasing you around and trying to bully you and stalking and talking about step in the ring, fight me after the sparring session and all that. So I'm telling you what's going to happen. You need to go into this fight with whatever you got. I don't have the check mark for you. This isn't a Nike decision for me, bro. I'm just saying that we have under 40 days before this fight happened. When you're going on the interviews, man, hype this shit up, man. Keep us motivated. Keep us tuned in. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to, come on, don't talk about the contract no more. Just talk about what you don't like about Tank. That's it. Just keep it on code, so to speak. That's all I'm saying. Keep that on code. Somebody say Be More is real. The DMV area puts out a lot of good fighters. Ryan, to me, is very immature. I agree with that. Be More, man. That's old Stumpy area. Hell yeah. I was over there when Haynes Point was popping. I was over there where you can drive down to the wharf. I used to drop through some of them gyms down there without even knowing, you know, really the gyms I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just always like to explore stuff like that. But yeah, my ex was freaking from that area. You know what I'm saying? I got family over in that area. I used to go up to Be More all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back then it was rough. It was worse. Seriously, it was bad. It was bad back then too. But I used to go up there with my girl all the time, man. But back to boxing, I'm just looking at it like this, Ryan Garcia. You already know. It's good that you don't trash talk your shit, but keep it on keep it on the one-on-one trash talking. Kind of leave the contract alone because you kind of abuse the hell out of that during the press conference. We don't want to hear you whining and complaining about that because that's just what it's seeming like. It seems like you're whining. It just seems like you want to be, you know, you want people to feel sorry for you. Just go in there, answer the bell, and prove to your fan base that you're not just a social media star. That's all you got to do, bro. That's it. The thrill of the hunt. You got to prove you're the big dog. That's all you got to do. You got to prove you're the big dog. You're not going to prove it. Continue to talk about, well, you know, they only want me drinking water 3 times a week. And you don't say, nah, I'm just joking. No, bro, you come on now. You got people up here talking about it like me, all because you giving the wrong impression to the audience. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Face.
Yeah,
You've been taking it serious as
yeah. I'm not
like your
playing
lips a
around.
little even bloody.
I'm not playing around. I'm giving everything in this fight. I'm sacrificing everything.
And you said you can't drink any water, you can't eat any food.
Yeah, I mean, it's in my contract that they don't let me drink water for 3 days or eat for 3 days out of the week, just so I could be on schedule to make weight.
To make weight.
Yeah, they're
for
putting in crazy
Gervonta's.
things. Yeah, for his comfortability and
Yeah.
if taking the match. If I didn't agree to these conditions, it obviously wouldn't happen.
Yeah, so I'm curious about that. How does that kind of stuff go? Like when you guys are deciding, obviously, how it's going to be. Obviously, it's a fight. We know, who gets to decide who gets what sort of, I don't want to say handicaps, but like niceties like
right.
that.
I mean, in this situation, I could have fought for obviously more things going towards my way. Regarding the weight and other things, or I could have been a little bit more, pushbacky. But I knew that their positioning was, if this is not what you're going to agree to, the fight's not going to happen.
So did you hear handicap? No. Let's go back to the entry. The guy says, "So you mentioned." So if the interviewer mentioned, so you mentioned, that means it was talked about off camera and it was brought up while it was live. It was brought up while they was live. So if you mention this off camera, it kind of gives me an impression that he wasn't joking around. Hold on for a second, yeah. Okay. So when I hear the interviewer mention something that hasn't been brought up while the interview is hot, that means they're actively speaking, they're having a dialogue. That leads me to think that this was something that happened prior to them going hot on the interview, and Ryan Garcia mentioned this. To me, why would you even mention it? If you mentioned it off camera, it was absolutely, you was being legit. You was being serious about it. It wasn't a joke. If you mention it off camera and this person brought this up off camera now, it's almost like you may have believed that he wasn't going to bring it up. Because the way he brought it up was like it wasn't supposed to be a part of the conversation. Once y'all did the interview, you told him off camera, somewhat in confidentiality. Then you turn around, then the people that's listening, you turn around and hear the interviewer say in these handicaps. So now the impression is given that Gervonta is soliciting handicaps, or basically contractually binding handicaps to Ryan Garcia, which now it becomes the victim role. We mention handicap, it becomes a victim role. Oh, so and so's he's handicapping you. That's when it becomes irritating to me. It becomes very extremely irritating, because this is boxing, this is hurt business, and you have the amateur pedigree just like Tank. Both of y'all have the amateur pedigree. So therefore, you all have been through the proving grounds. Now, since you turned professional, of course, your careers have taken different avenues. Tank has been able to achieve much more and has a much heavier scale when it comes to his boxing credentials. And Ryan trying to get to that point. But I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, bro, I think you was serious about talking trash behind the scene about telling people certain things. I don't know why. Because when you leave, you want them to mention it while you're not there, and so other people can talk about it. Because this interview right here is gonna make his rounds, and people are gonna speak on it like I am, and they're gonna give their feedback on it. So if the guy pretty much mentioned it, like, he didn't ask a leading question. He mentioned something that you spoke to him off screen about. So to me, you wasn't joking around, in my opinion. In my opinion, you weren't joking around. And also, I want to clear up something, right? Like, people saying that they're talking about being kicked out the gym. So you really have to ask people the team or the team. So I reached out to someone on Tank's team, and that information of him being kicked out the gym wasn't recent. That wasn't recent. That wasn't recent, y'all. Seriously. So this was told to me. If you listen to Tank's team, my fault. I'm on live right now, so I get that call back to you when I get off. Real talk. When I get off. So what they said was that incident, but that particular incident was in Florida. Let me see. Vegas. We're not even in Vegas. We're in Florida. That shit happened a while ago. Okay, so that was in Vegas, of course, but they was making it seem like it happened recently when Tank is training in Florida. They say they use the gym all the time. And it was more so like Tank Davis fighters facing TNT fighters, and it was a conflict of interest. That's what I can say about it. It was a conflict of interest at the time, because possibly some fighters from DTD may potentially be in the ring with Mayweather, with TMT fighters, so they had to leave. He said they couldn't use his gym at the same time, to sum it up. That's pretty much it. They couldn't use the gym at the same time. So when you hear people speaking about, well, Tank was kicked out the gym, that was a long time ago, because yes, it's been mentioned from my source that they are training down in Florida. So we know Floyd's gym is not in Florida. Okay? So it was just a conflict of interest at that time for GTD fighters to be in there with TMT fighters. You know how it goes in boxing. Let me see. They also said that they was just at TMT gym not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? They was just at TMT gym not too long ago. You know what I mean? Okay, let me see something right quick. Yeah, I was just reading the information. My fault, from one of his team members. But yeah, they just was over there at TMT Gym, and that situation with Tank. People would not use any type of chronological accountability when dropping information. It can be something that happened a ways ago, but if it fit in for the controversy and get the attention and traction, people throw that shit like it happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They'll throw that shit up like it happened yesterday. But that particular incident, it wasn't even on some dislike. It was just like a conflict of interest with the fighters from two different camps. You know what I'm saying? Two different camps. And then also they said the Tank was just training over there not too long ago. So whatever they trying to regulate on here and put that information, don't believe it. And that's straight from his team. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say Ryan need to talk about and let the fans know how he has corrected his stiffness. Plus how he has corrected how flat foot he has to when he land his power shots. That's what it needs to talk about. Hey, shout out to King Mitch on deck in the building, bro. So Samar, check this out. Okay, good point. Solid. You know, we're talking about correction. Well, that's what Joe Goosen comes into play at. Joe Goosen is there for a reason. And you know, he picked up Joe Goosen after he left, you know, the Eddie Reynoso. And you know, Canelo said what he said about Ryan Garcia seeming like he wasn't dedicated. Okay, I know that's old news. I'm bringing it up because, you know, this, that, and the other. Okay, so at this point in time, we're going to find out if Ryan Garcia is truly dedicated. And what I mean is to correct all those discrepancies that you're talking about. Can he correct his vertical? No, let me make up some words that's not in the dictionary. Can he correct his verticalocity? His verticalocity? His 12 to 6 posturality? Can he correct that stiffness? You know what I'm saying? That scarecrow effect? Can he correct that stiffness? You know what I'm saying? Standing up there like it's the mannequin challenge with his chin up there and stuff like that. Can or has him and Joe Goosen corrected that? Plus, the flat-footed. You know what I'm saying? The how flat-footed he is when he's boxed, to have to sit down on his punches. That's a bad habit of his because he's used to doing all those speed challenges on video, but it's nobody there to return shots. It's nobody punching him back. It looks good shadow boxing, just like, look, you know how much of a bad habit, Samad, it is? When Tank Davis caught this man with a left hook on stage, he said, "Ooh," and he started doing the same shit in the video. He started shadow boxing the shit, shoe shining, like he was making a video. That is something that is embedded in him. That's natural instinct for Ryan Garcia, bro. He's into video mode. Gervonta Davis is into urgent care. For real. Tank Davis is into urgent care. Sending motherfuckers to urgent care. Goddamn, Ryan Garcia is into, let me see what another video I can do with a body challenge and blinking and being flat-footed and showing off my hand speed. They got two different mindsets. Social media, urgent care. Tank seems like he's trying to send dudes to urgent care in preparation for this fight. Miss a Queen Cap strikes again. Sad part is these people riding so much that they fail to even recognize this goofy little girl Ryan was actually kidding, joking. Contract says I can't eat or drink. Yeah, but what I'm saying, listen, let's just say he was joking, Mitch. All right. Look what type of era we live in. Look at how voices, according to what type of level you at in life, for identity purposes, right? Look how just a voice, just something simple, can finesse the perception, from the audience. That's what type of society we in today. Whatever these words are, whatever their actions are, you can finesse those individuals that's tuned in, and they don't even come in close to thinking that he's kidding or joking. All they doing is thinking about how much they dislike Tank. That's all that is. They say, oh man, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. You know, like they have something like the Timothy Bradley effect. Okay, Timothy, you know, Desert Storm, shout out to him. He's fought the fight. He's fought the fight. He has his stripes. No doubt about it. But there are fight fans out here or casuals that feel the way Timothy Bradley feels. It's easy for them to dislike Tank Davis leading up to this fight with Ryan Garcia, because Ryan is the goofy, quirky fighter. And the villain is supposed to be Tank Davis. So it's easy for them to just add this on to a reason why they don't like the guy and have sidebar conversations at work. You heard? Oh my God. Did you hear what he said? Ryan said that Tank is not allowing him to eat. Now, you tell me, but that sounds like he's actually trying to take a life. That is just reckless. Oh my God. How did they allow that to happen? You know what I'm saying? This is sidebar conversations they have at work. They really think, should we call 911 and just leave an anonymous message? He's trying to kill him. He cannot hydrate. He cannot drink water and eat. How is he supposed to live? This is blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? That's how they be having those sidebar conversations, yo. They take everything so serious depending on who you are these days. That's why you see so many people trying to take the online social media stuff to the streets. It's not even on that type of clock. So Ryan Garcia putting out this information and not basically correcting at the end and say, you know, by the way, what I said earlier about, you know, him not letting me drink and eat 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I can only do it 3 times, this, that, and the other. I was just joking. All right. I'm just up here poking a little bit, poking the bear, you know, just keeping attention on the fight. But no, I'm listening to the interviewer, and he said, and you mentioned, that's something you talked about off camera, though. That's off camera dialogue that you're speaking on, and he brings it up doing a live interview. Come on, bro. I'm not gonna play stupid like that. I'm serious. I'm not gonna play stupid like that, man. I'm not. I'm not gonna play stupid like that, like I'm in the presence of a bunch of sleepwalkers. All y'all in the chat are woke, and y'all totally get it. We're not gonna flatter ourselves and play stupid that Ryan Garcia did not communicate this to this man off camera. And then when doing the interview, he returns and asked Ryan again about that situation, and Ryan had to address it. So at that point in time, it was a bad look. It was a bad look, bro, because he didn't correct it at the end. He didn't revisit it before the interview was over and say, by the way, those of you that was feeling some type of way about what I said about only being able to drink water this time and eat, I was joking, okay? No, we never got that. Oh boy, I swear to you, man. So Samaj said, W says, which Scarecrow, Wizard of Oz or the Wiz, which one? Salute. Well, if we're talking about confidence and courage, you know, the lion is the one that need the courage. I was just using the posture for an example. A Scarecrow just standing up there looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking them down south. I know these down south black birds down here. They see a Scarecrow out in there. They say, damn, that's great. He's out there again. They come and land and just disrespect you. They come land on the top of that scarecrow and take a dump. These black birds down here are disrespectful in the South now. You can put 5 scarecrows out there and you come out there, it's just fresh, goddamn, just fresh fecal matter dripping down the scarecrow. And the scarecrow like, dang, man, I ain't signed up for this, dog. Take me down, man. Put me back in the barn. I ain't signed up for this right here, man. That's disrespectful. He said, man, the scarecrow, like, man, it's disrespectful, man. You know, you got 5 of us out here, man. These dudes flying around, not even taking us serious, man. You need to revamp the security force, man. It ain't happening. I can't understand how this chump can get all the attention in boxing. Resume trash, skills subpar. Say more about those who support him. Make you wonder why they support him. Well, a lot of what we deal with inside is based off perception. And that perception can go from a lot of variables. Like, we all know what Tank has been into outside the ring. So, you know, we have a judgmental society today more than ever. Everything is kind of dealing with raw images, in my opinion. Raw images for certain people, edited filters for the others. Raw images for certain people that they say, yeah, he's showing his true colors. That's his true colors. Oh man, that's what I thought, showing his true color. And then, you know, other situations for people, they always look at them with filters on and stuff. Oh man, they just a wholesome young man and woman. It's just they was raised right. They could do no wrong. I salute you. You are a special individual. They look at them every time with filters on, bro. But somebody like Tank, they look at the raw image. You know what I'm saying? They see the blemishes. They see everything. That's just the way it goes in life. You know, when it comes to the judgmental aspect. They'll overlook Ryan Garcia's resume and just look at how well kept his hair is. And when they put the blush on him and everything, oh, he don't have a blemish on his face. Wow. Jesus, ven aquí. Look at Ryan. Mira Ryan Garcia. Look at his hair. He's perfect. See? ¿Entiendes, mijo? He's perfect. I swear, dog. He's on down the road. Man, it's been cool, though. I'm a bounce out. I'll be back on a little later, man. I just want to come in here and touch on this situation right here. You know, crying Ryan. Somebody feed that man some courage. Somebody feed him some courage so he can stop talking about all that contractual stuff and just keep on showing that he ain't built for the moment. Dude, my closing statement to Ryan Garcia, I remember when you was on that night when he fought Rolly Romero. And I remember something you said. You was trying to correct or pull up on this white patron that was there. I think the dude was some type of YouTube or content creator. And you felt some type of way about this guy because you made a point to let him know how you felt. But you said something that you pick and choose. I haven't seen you use that same energy with Tank yet. But you use one of these words you probably use it that you probably heard in battle rap. You said you'll take off on him. Look, Riot had a suit, a black bow tie, and a white shirt on that night. After the fight was over, he tried to go in on this other content creator. Look at the film, man. And he felt like the guy was trying to disrespect him or something. And the guy was filming. And he told him something. He said, "I should take off on you." I was like, "Oh my God!" Now we got thug. You know what I'm saying? We got Thug Life Garcia on deck, man. He's talking about taking off on the content creator. He's talking about laying hands on this dude. No, that's not you, bro. That's not you. But man, y'all hold this down, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to World Combat Sports. We should do it again, no doubt. I'm out.